Are you looking for a natural alternative to prednisone? Because I know when I took it, I didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Just like when the Grinch says, like in the Grinch, that song, it's like, I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole, right? That's how I felt about prednisone. And if you're feeling that same way and you're like, are there any natural alternatives? Well, it depends on a lot of things. So the first thing that it depends on is your current disease, what your doctor prescribed prednisone for. The tricky thing about prednisone is doctors can prescribe it for pretty much anything from your skin to your lungs, to your kidneys, to your brain, to your nerves, to your heart. Pretty much any doctor from any specialty can prescribe prednisone. And so for each of those different types of situations, there's a different natural alternative that we might suggest. But the real thing is, if your doctor is prescribing prednisone, there's usually a really good reason. And it's often something to do with whether you can live or die, whether you can get out of bed and take care of yourself, or whether you are going to be stuck in bed and completely disabled. And prednisone is a fantastic, miracle, wonderful drug that saves lives. It saved mine. Like, I have a bleeding disorder called ITP, and it allowed me to not die an early, young death. And so if you are stuck taking prednisone and you're like, but I don't want to take it, and I know I have to, are there any natural alternatives that can help me, right? Is there anything that can make the misery that are the 150 side effects from prednisone any better, right? Is there anything that could possibly make prednisone better? And so what was amazing was I discovered not only that there are way more side effects than anybody thought. I did a survey of pharmacists, discovered that prednisone actually causes more side effects than any other drug, according to 20,000 pharmacists who were able to take the survey. So it's the most miraculous drug, and it's also the most harmful drug. And when I had to take it, I was like, is there anything I can do? I'm terrified that if I do anything natural, that it might interfere with this treatment that is saving my life. It might make my autoimmune condition even worse. I might land in the hospital again. I was really scared, and I didn't think that anything could possibly help. And so one day I had this epiphany. I was trying to fall asleep, but I couldn't because of prednisone and chemotherapy at the same time. And I felt awful. And I was like, there has to be a better way. And then the light bulb went off, and it was like, the doctors who prescribe prednisone the most, the rheumatologists, say people on prednisone need calcium and vitamin D. And that's because prednisone causes osteoporosis. So like, they know that prednisone is stealing calcium and vitamin D. And so we give those as a supplement. But what if there's more than just calcium and vitamin D? What if there's more causing side effects? Whoa. And like, boom, like, it was this moment that changed my life forever, because I realized that chromium, nobody's even really heard of chromium. It's actually as bad as the calcium and vitamin D, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody is mentioning that prednisone is stealing chromium in addition to the calcium and vitamin D. Nobody's mentioning that. But why would you care? Because the chromium is causing the sugar issues. Prednisone is a glucocorticoid. That means it's messing with the way your body uses sugar. And one of the ways your body uses sugar is with chromium in this little matrix. And when you take prednisone, you're peeing out chromium. You're losing chromium, and it's causing high blood sugars. It's causing insulin issues. It's causing hunger cravings. Like, you're going to eat the legs off the table. You can't control your hunger cravings. And all of that can lead to diabetes and weight gain. Horrible consequences that nobody wants. And if people just knew that they could take a natural alternative, a naturally occurring metal mineral, chromium, to help with just that alone, wow, wouldn't that be life-changing? So then I discovered that it was not just calcium, vitamin D, and chromium. There's actually at least 9 and possibly 11 or even 13 nutrients that prednisone is stealing from our bodies. And that's how it's doing its job in saving our lives. stealing from Peter to pay Paul. So if we give back all of the nutrients prednisone is stealing, we don't have as many side effects. We're replenishing the nutrients prednisone is depleting. It's amazing. No one else has ever thought of it. And so I thought of this idea and I was like, okay, all right, I'll create a supplement. So then I created the supplement. Well, I didn't just replenish the nutrients prednisone steals. I also looked up the top side effects that people experience while on prednisone, and I found natural ingredients that can help counteract those side effects. For example, this is my Nutranize Zone that I invented. And I have the 9 nutrients prednisone steals plus other herbs and vitamins that help you cope with side effects. So here's one of them, berberine. It is this herb that is often used in Ethiopian cuisine as a spice, and it helps to not only with the high blood sugars, it also helps with what your body is having happen with it, the cholesterols. It's also helping with the blood pressure. In 3 ways, it's directly helping what prednisone is doing to you. So you take all of the nutrients I've put together and you have a natural alternative for people on prednisone, and it helps you feel better to replenish your nutrients and reduce your suffering so that you can recover from prednisone and feel like yourself again. So if you're looking for a natural alternative to prednisone, now you found it because you probably actually need the prednisone, but this will make it so the prednisone won't be so awful. I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist. I'm here to share with you that you don't have to feel that awful anymore. You can just take Nutranize and feel like yourself again. Signing off, Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.